Welcome back to ChemONotes. If you are preparing for Sept exam, you are in the right place. Today we'll be solving paper 1, April 2024, part 3. Part 1 and part 2 is already uploaded on the channel. You can just go and see them. The link is given in the description. And if you like the description of this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. So let's begin. In today's part 3, we'll be solving questions from question number 31 to question number 50. So on the screen you can see question number 31, which is related with the table, and the table consists of the foreign tourist and some visiting place in India. Okay, so you can see here the table is given, and in the table they have given different visitors who are visiting the Indian places like Agra, Delhi, Chennai, Udaipur, Bangalore and Srinagar. And the tourists are American, English, French and others. They are given the total, like for example, the first row if you see Agra, the people visiting are Americans 6.5, English 3.8 and French 3.5. These are in lakhs, okay student, 3.5 lakhs, and others are 1.2. So the total visitors who are visiting Agra are 15 lakhs, and so on they have given. So let's begin with the question which they asked. Question number 31 is, what is the percentage of total number of visitors visiting or the tourist visiting Agra? Now we have to basically find out only for Agra. Agra, the total number of visitors are 15. So this is a numerical which we have to solve. Let us begin. Now what you have to do is, we will be doing the total. Okay, the total of all the visitors. First of all, because we have to find out the percentage and the total number of visitors visiting Agra. So there are number of visitors who are visiting Agra are 15 lakhs. Correct? 15 lakhs is the total visitors. Now out of how much, that we have to find out, because they have asked us percentage. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to total all these. Total of 15 plus 20 plus 10 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So 15 plus 20 is 35 plus 10 45, and these are 15, so 60. So your total all visitors are 60 lakhs. Okay, 60 lakhs visitors are visiting India at different places. And out of that, how many are visiting Agra? Agra visitors are 15 lakhs. Okay, 15 lakhs. Therefore, if you want to find the percentage will be 15 divided by 60 into 100. Okay, so it comes out to be, if you cut them, it will come to be 25%. Okay student, so this way you can solve the question and find out the percentage of visitors visiting. So here they have asked Agra. In the next set exam they may ask some different city and similar questions are asked. At least one question is based on such type of questions. Okay, so your answer here is 25. Now next question, which is based on the same table, is, which type of tourist found maximum at Delhi? Now this is very simple question which they asked. No numerical, nothing, no solving. Directly seeing the table you can write the answer, because they have asked you maximum number of tourists visiting Delhi. So we are going to see Delhi row. It is 8.2 for Americans, 8.7 lakhs. So if you just see, you can find out 8.7 is the maximum in this row. Okay, so 8.7 is belongs to English. So your answer, that is B, is the correct answer. Okay, let us go to the next one. Question number 33 and 34 is based on the following table. The table tells us the expenditure in percentage. If you see here, it is in percentage. Okay, and there are different construction, while constructing the house, different items where the expenditure has taken place, that is labor, cement and bricks, steel, timber and glass, and miscellaneous. So this is in terms of percentage, means if you add them you will find that it should be how much? 100. Okay, this total should be 100. Count them and see whether it is 100 or not. Now let us read the question. The information of the above table is to represent diagrammatically use of pie diagram. What will be the angle of the sector representing the item labor? So they want us to represent the given instructions which are in percentage in pie diagram. Now you know students, pie diagram is nothing but a circle, a circular representation. Okay, now out of this they are asking us how much is the means in pie diagram how much will be the degrees of labor. Okay, now how you are going to solve this? Here the total number of expenditure, let us consider it is 100. If you calculate them, it is 100. Total expenditure is 100%. Okay, and which will represent in pie chart, which will be equivalent to 360 degrees, because the angle of circle is 360 degree. So 100 represents 360 degree. And what is about our labor? How many percentage of expenditures they have done? 25%. Okay, so 25% will belong to how much? It is simple mathematics. So what you will do? 25 into cross multiply. 25 into 360 divided by 100. Okay, if you cancel them, 5 5s are 5 2s are 2 1s are 2 18s are, and calculate, it comes out to be how much? 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees will be your answer, and as out of this pie chart 90 degree will be exactly this from here till here. This will represent, this is your 90 degree, this will represent, this area will represent labors. Okay, so this way you can find the remaining, but they have not asked, so don't waste time in that. Only first thing they had asked us, that is about labor in pie chart diagram, if you want to represent that how much is the percentage. So here this angle is 90 degree. Okay, for labor. Next one, let us solve. What is the ratio of expenditure of the item cement and bricks? So they have asked us about cement and brick to the total expenditure of construction house. Now if you go to the cement and brick, it is 30% of expenditure out of 100 they have spent on cement and brick. Correct? Out of 100, this is 100 total. How much is spent for bricks? It is 30. That is 30 is for cement and your bricks. Correct? Now they have asked us what? Ratio of cement and brick to total expenditure. So what you will do? Total cement and bricks 30 is to, because whatever sequence they have asked, in the same sequence you have to write down. They have asked us cement and bricks, so cement and bricks is 30 is to what? To the total expenditure. So it's to 100. Okay, now if you take the ratio, you can just cancel them, and the least ratio comes out to be 3:10. So least ratio is 3:10. So the D option is correct option for you. Now let us go to the next one. Next question is, the following XY points are plotted on XY plane and the adjacent points are joined by smooth curve. So what we have to do? We have to plot a graph. So already I have shown in your answer sheet, even though the graph is not given, what you can do is you can just draw without graph also in the rough page. Okay, rough work, one blank page is there you can draw it. So what we are going to do is, now see here, we have to draw the plot, the graph. Now if you see here, what we are going to do is, we will just on x-axis, what they have given, x-axis is this. Correct? This is your x-axis, this is y-axis. Now x-axis, what they are saying, 1, 2. Let us say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let us mark those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because x-axis they have given that. And y is how much? 60. So for 1 it is 60. So let us first have some demarcation here on the graph, like some points. What I am doing, 2 lines I am leaving. Equally you can distribute even though you don't have lines on that rough book, rough page, which is where you will be doing your rough work. You can take equal markings and just take how many? 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is not required. Okay. Now let us say the maximum is 60 and minimum is 12. So let us count from minimum 10, okay, 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, 60. This one is required, 60. Okay, this way you can have 10 gap, difference of 10, and you can point the numbers here of y-axis. Now let us say for 1 it is 60. So for 1 it represents 60. Let us put a point here. Similarly for 2, how much it is? 30. So for 2 it is 30. Here it will come. Then for 3 it is 20. For 3 it is 20. I think most of you are teachers, so you know how to plot the graph. Okay, or even those students, because you are going to appear for assistant professor, everyone know this simple graph, how to plot it. Now for 4 it is 15. So between 10 and 20, that is, you will get exactly the center of this, that is here. And the last one is 12. So even though we don't have graph paper, but approximately we can show the points, correct? So this way you are going to get the points. Now let us draw the what? The curve, because they are saying that the point, what they have said, they are joined by a smooth curve. So this is the curve which you will be getting. Okay, and what does this curve represent? They have asked us in the question, what is the nature of curve? Now if you see the nature of curve, the nature of curve here is, yes, this is known as hyperbola. Such type of curves are known as what? Hyperbola. This may be in this way. If it is xy is the positive, or in negative we can show it in this fashion. For example, these are your quadrants. So for x and y plane in the positive quadrant you will get like this, and for negative quadrant you may get it like this. So hyperbolas you can show in this fashion. So these are hyperbolas. So the answer for your today's question which they asked is option C. Now in the next exam they may ask you a parabola and exponential curve, like you should know. Straight line, I think everyone knows. If this is your graph and if you get a line like this, okay, it will be called as straight line. Now this whatever question they had asked, that I've explained to you, it is hyperbola. Now let us understand parabola and exponential curve also, because in the next exam they may ask such questions. So what is parabola? Parabola is nothing but U-shaped curve that represent quadratic equation. So it is a U-shaped curve, and if you find, suppose this is the center of the curve, okay, and it will be equidistant. This curve will be equidistant, okay. So it is equidistant from both the sides. Such curves are known as parabola. Okay, parabola. They are equidistant and U-shaped. And what is exponential curve? Exponential curves are curves that is basically depend on the exponential factors or functions, that is growths and decays. So here you will find that at a regular interval the exponential growth will be there. So you will get such type of curve. Okay, such type of curve, or even decay curve you can get. But it is similar to your hyperbola. Only thing is what? It is at equidistance. Here what was happening? After 60 you are getting 30. But here in exponential curve what will happen? The regular intervals will be there. regular intervals. Means for if it was 60, then 50 should have been there, then 40, then 30, like that. Okay, decay. This will be for decay and this is for growth. So main thing is you should know that it is regular interval which will possess the exponential growth or exponential decay. So such curves are known as exponential curves. Okay, so I explained you all the three different types of curves, but our answer for this question is hyperbola. Now let us go to the next one, that is 36. Identify the correct pair from the following. So you have to identify the correct pair. What is the pair which they have given here? Okay, so question number 36 is PXL they have given, that is the unit of digital camera, HDD. Then they have given us kbps. Now kbps is a unit for data transfer rate, and GHz. Now if you see the correct pair, you will find the correct pair is C. Okay, correct pair is C. So here pixels, that is px, is the smallest unit of digital image, not specifically for focus. So this they have mentioned here focus, it is not for focus, so this option is wrong. Then HDD stands for hard disk drive, and what they have given here, unit of high definition, so this is again wrong. Then kbp is kilobytes per second, so kbp is kilobytes per second is the correct unit for measuring the data transfer rate, so this was the correct option. Then GHz is nothing but gigahertz. It is a unit of frequency commonly used for describing the processor speed, not the memory storage. And they have mentioned your memory storage, so it is wrong. If it would have been processor speed, then it would have been correct. Okay, so this way you should know the other remaining options also, because in the next exam they may ask among this. Okay, so read these carefully and try to remember them. Now the next question is, when you access a site with HTTP, that is HTTPS instead of HTTP in the address bar, it preliminary means what? It preliminary, see, whenever we try to search the sites, it is, you will find that it is written HTTPS colon, correct? This way it is. So you will find that these P's, S indicates actually the secure communication. You will find that it is for a secure communication. You are accessing a secure communication, that is option B is the correct option. So let us see the description. HTTPS is hypertext transfer protocol secure. See, many times they ask us the question like this, what is the long form? So you should know the long form also. It is hypertext transfer protocol secure. It encrypts data between your browser and the website, ensuring the privacy and security. So option B is the correct option. Now next one is, which of the following shows the correct chronological order of first launch of these internet based facilities? So they have asked us the chronological order. Chronological order means which one was your first launch, means either in the increasing order or decreasing order, but they have asked us first launch. So in the increasing order means which was first launched and then the latest one. Okay, so if you go through option, you will find that the option years are, the year of launching, you will find Wikipedia was launched in 2001, then Gmail was launched in 2004, then it was YouTube 2005, and then it is Instagram, it is 210. So you should even know the years. Wikipedia 2001, Gmail was launched in 2004, YouTube was launched in 2005, and Instagram 2010. So here if you see the sequence in the option given, your option D is the correct option. Option D is the correct option. So let us go to the next one. Which of the following has not been appointed as a national coordinator for SWAYAM to ensure the quality of the course content? Okay, so if you see among the following, I think answer is Indian Institute of Science. This is not appointed as a national coordinator. So IISC, that is Indian Institute of Science, is not listed among the national coordinator of SWAYAM. The main coordinator includes NPTEL, CEC, IIMB, that is Indian Institute of Management Bangalore, IGNOU, okay, and NCRT, and so on. So basically you will find that this option A is the correct option, which is not appointed as a coordinator. Next is, in the context of Web 2.0 digital environment, what does the abbreviation UGC stands for? Okay, what is the abbreviation UGC stands for? So we know that UGC actually is University Grant Commission normally for our higher education, but they have asked here UGC for digital environment. Okay, so here you will find that it is users generated content. So users generated content, that is option B. So without reading the question, don't mark the answers. You should read the question carefully. Otherwise, B, as a higher education, we are studying in higher education, we know that UGC is nothing but University Grant Commission, and without reading, if you take UGC Grant Commission, University Grant Commission, it will be wrong. So read the question carefully and then try to answer your questions. Next one is, when were the Millennium Development Goals, that is MDGs, adopted by United Nations? When was it adopted? So basically you will find that these Millennium Development Goals were started in 2015, and I think 2000, yeah. So they were appointed in 2000. These goals are appointed in 2000 by United Nations. And next one is, what is the target year for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals? Now, these were Sustainable Development Goals were set up in 2015 by United Nations, and it is tend to achieve by 2030. So from 2015 to 2030, so 15 years. The goals have been given by United Nations General Assembly about the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, so those have to be achieved by 2030. You should know this. Read about this more about Sustainable Development Goals, because some other question may be asked in the next exam. So go through these important highlights which are there, that is SDGs you should know, MDGs you should know. Okay, Swayam, every time you will find that there is one question based on Swayam portal. So you should know all these. Try to read more of it. Next one is, which of the following is the effect of photochemical smog? So what happens due to photochemical smog? You will find that headache, eyes, the nose and throat irritation. This will occur. Okay, option A is the correct option. That is, because of the photochemical smog, it will try to cause respiratory issues, eye irritations, headache. This is due to the presence of ozone and other reactive compounds. Okay. Then next one is, what is the term for the process of inoculating the microbes into soil? So what is the process by which we can inoculate the microbes? So the option here is C. Okay, bioaugmentations is the process of adding specific strains of microbes to the contaminated soil or water to enhance the degradation of pollutants. So to minimize the pollution or degrade the pollutants, what they do is, the microbiologists, they can add the microbes in the contaminated soil or water. Okay, so next question is, which component of the solar panel is responsible for directly generating electric current when exposed to sunlight? So if you see the option, semiconductor material is the correct option, because the others are not related with the electric generator. Directly means responsible for directing the electric current, but semiconductors like silicon, which absorb the light and generate electricity through the photovoltaic effect. So the correct option for solar panel is semiconductors, which is going to convert the sunlight into electric current, electricity. Next one is 46th is environmental education is not just awareness and knowledge, but it is also development of dash. So basically, environmental education will not only help us about awareing the knowledge and what they have said, but it is going to develop the proper attitude. Okay, so option C is the correct option here, that environmental education is not going to only just awareness or knowledge, but it has to develop the proper attitude of the person. So environmental education aims to cultivate the right mindset or attitude towards the sustainability lifestyle of the person and protecting the environment. Next is Indian education system generally is divided into the following periods. So basically they are talking about the education system in India from prehistoric to British period. Okay, let us see what is the correct option for this. So here you will find that the correct option here is 47th is the first one, that is A, where you will find Vedic period, Buddhist period, Muslim period, British period and post-independence period. So we have to tell the education system how it has been developed from Vedic period till post independence period. So it is option A is the correct option. Then the next one is, in the correspondence education system the following things are included. So in correspondence education system or a distant education system includes study material with instructions and solved examples, communication through post or digital means. Okay, so this is known as correspondence education. So what are the options given? Option given are only guiding instruction, only solved answers through letters, guiding instruction and solved answers, guiding letters, solved answers and occasional lectures. So the answer here is last one, because everything is provided. Guiding instructions are there, solved answers are there, occasional lectures, okay, online lectures will be there. So that is about corresponding education. Option D is the correct option. Now the second last question for April 2024 is, the first open university was started in 1969 at dash. So here first open university was started in England, that is option B is the correct option. It was started in UK, which was established in 1969, which was Milton Keynes, okay, in England. Now the next question is last question of this paper, paper 1 April 2024 is, according to the Muslim system of education, madrasas is supported to be the center of dash. So these are center of higher education. Okay, option C is the correct option. That is, traditionally the institutes for advanced Islamic studies include the laws, philosophy. So basically these are the higher educations. Okay, they support for higher education. So this is all. You can see your I link where you will find the paper solved for March 2023. Okay, all three parts you can go and just watch them. You can even watch part 1 and part 2 for April